At noon on November 9th, Faye officially held a press conference after a long period of silence, a time when she endured deep emotional pain and numerous false accusations from her former company. Earlier, in the early morning of November 5th, Juan, CEO of 9-Star, released a 12-point public statement on her personal page, claiming to clarify the issues that had been circulating. Among those, two key points stood out. One, 9-Star asserted that Faye and Yoko parted ways due to personal conflicts and could no longer work together, stating that their disagreements had started as early as Q3 2024. Two, the company claimed that its withdrawal from the Faye project and Faye's departure were due to differences in career direction, promised to tell the whole truth, but chose silence at the March fan meeting. Before her Bangkok fan meeting at the end of March 2025, Faye went live on stream and said she would tell the whole truth during the upcoming press event with the media. However, on the day of the event, Faye never mentioned anything related to Yoko or 9-Star. Many believed Faye chose silence as an act of kindness to avoid hurting anyone further or fueling new controversies. But after Juan's 12-point statement was published, one that shifted all the blame onto Faye and Yoko, Faye finally decided to speak up to defend herself, as those claims had severely affected her personal life and career. Faye, I once completely broke down, but now I'm strong enough to speak. First of all, good afternoon to all the reporters and members of the media. The story I'm about to share today has been going on for quite some time, and it has deeply affected both my work and the people around me. Today, I want to share my own perspective. I have to admit, I once completely collapsed, truly fell apart, but now I've become stronger and ready to speak out. On work, Faye continued, explaining her side clearly. Looking back, I can confidently say that I have always worked with sincerity and dedication toward my former company. All the partners I've collaborated with were professional and always supportive. Nong and I were also good partners. I really adore Nong. She's incredibly professional. We were always able to talk and solve any issues whenever they arose. Everything went smoothly. We never had any problems at work. I'm confident that, no matter what happened, we always supported each other wholeheartedly, so there were no conflicts at all. She added, I truly believe we were always good partners. No matter what happened, we always held hands and worked together. Faye's statements make it clear that she and Yoko never had work-related disagreements, completely contradicting Juan's claim in the November 5th statement that they had conflicts and could no longer cooperate. Instead, Faye's words reveal that the two worked in harmony, understood each other deeply, and supported one another through every challenge, leaving no valid reason for the so-called split described by her former company. About the Faye project, this is an issue that both fans and I have been wondering about for a long time. In reality, I was never officially informed whether I had been selected for the project or not. Some fans began to speculate based on symbols like sunflowers and balloons, and perhaps they had already grasped part of the meaning behind them. But honestly, I only knew as much as everyone else, no more, no less. I was never involved in any discussions between the company and senior production partners. Later, one of the producers called me and asked, "Why aren't you joining this project?" I replied, "No, that's not true. I really want to join." He said, "It's okay. There will be other chances for us to work together." Then another person called and asked, "Did the two of you argue to the point that you couldn't work together anymore, so the project got canceled?" I can say with absolute certainty that never happened. We never had any issues serious enough to prevent us from working together. I have always respected Nong, always praised her for her talent and professionalism. As for why things turned out this way, honestly, I don't know either. The only thing I can confirm is that I truly wanted to be part of the 4E project. The call with Took. Faye. Today, with the help of a senior member from the 4E team, I will make a direct phone call to clarify everything. Took. Hello everyone present here. When I decided to invest in the 4 Elements project, I had already planned for Faye to participate. However, later on, the owner of Faye's company informed us that they wanted to withdraw her from the project. The reason given was that they were concerned the two might not be able to work together smoothly, and the company could not take responsibility if any problems arose. Reporter. But Faye's company claimed they were never contacted about this project. Took. That would be strange, wouldn't it? How can someone withdraw from a project they were never invited to? If they requested a withdrawal, it means they must have been invited in the first place. Took. Faye, I wish you all the very best. Faye. As everyone just heard, I only found out everything at the same time as the public. I never once said I didn't want to join the project. I've always hoped to be part of 4E. When the rumors spread that one of the couples had withdrawn from the project, I only prayed that it wasn't us. From what Faye shared, it's clear that even she herself, the person directly involved, had absolutely no knowledge of the decision to withdraw from 4E. Everything was kept confidential and decided solely at 9star's highest level of management. After negotiations over Faye's new contract with the company fell through, Juan decided to remove Faye from the 4E project. The official reason given to the production team was Faye and Yoko had severe personal conflicts and could no longer work together. There were even reports claiming that Juan attempted to replace Faye with another actress to pair with Yoko in 4E, but the production team rejected the idea, insisting they wanted Faye. This proves that the separation of the pair wasn't Faye Yoko's personal choice, but rather a strategic decision made by 9star. During the press conference, Took openly stated, "When I invested in 4 Elements, I wanted Faye to be part of the project, but her former company said they wanted to withdraw her, citing concerns that the two might not work together smoothly and that the company wouldn't take responsibility if any issues arose." This statement once again confirms that Juan intentionally lied to the 4E production team. She fabricated a narrative that Faye and Yoko had serious conflicts, to the point that if both continued filming together, the company could not be held responsible for any potential problems during production. Such a claim essentially implies that Faye and Yoko were unprofessional artists, whose personal disputes could jeopardize an entire film project. But everyone knows, a true professional, regardless of personal differences or discomfort, will always maintain absolute professionalism, fulfill their role with integrity, and never allow emotions to interfere with their work. Took made it very clear. How could someone withdraw from a project they were never invited to? A request to withdraw only makes sense if there was an official invitation in the first place. That line was a direct blow to Juan's earlier excuse, when she claimed that, since no contract was signed, the company had the right to withdraw. In reality, Juan's reasoning was nothing more than a self-written script, designed to justify her own poor decisions. Because of that decision, the 4E team was forced to quickly find another couple to replace Faye Yoko in order to meet the shooting schedule. Once again, all of these complications originated from Juan's actions, the very person Faye had tried to protect through her silence as an act of final kindness. Every clarification Juan later offered was simply the aftermath of a carefully constructed chain of lies, and Faye ended up being the one who suffered the deepest wounds from it all. About the relationship. At the press conference on the afternoon of November 9th, Faye Pariah spoke for the first time about her relationship with Yoko Apazra, addressing several points raised by 9star CEO Juan in her 12-point public statement. Faye shared, "Since we joined the same company, though I joined first, I can honestly say we were like Phenom. The feelings I had for Noam were genuine. She was an adorable and important person to me. There was never a day that I felt we couldn't talk if something went wrong. Of course, sometimes we misunderstood each other or got a little upset, but those moments never affected our work, not even once." Faye said there was never a day when she felt they couldn't talk or resolve things together. Of course, there were times when we misunderstood each other or got a little upset, but it never affected our work. We always cooperated well and never encountered any issue that made it impossible to work together. However, what broke her heart, and what she still cannot find an answer to, was what happened in February 2025. She recalled, "Even now, I still don't understand. I'm still searching for an answer. Before Valentine's Day, we talked about where to have dinner, which restaurants were good, whether we should bring our dogs, and which ones allowed pets.
อันนี้เป็นเรื่องที่ฝ้ายค่อนข้างที่จะไม่เข้าใจแล้วก็ยังหาคำตอบอยู่คือเรื่องของเรื่องก่อนวันเดือนกุมภานะคะก่อนช่วงวันวาเลนไทน์เรามีการพูดคุยกันว่าเราจะไปกินข้าวกันที่ไหนดีเราจะไปร้านไหนดีเอาหมาไปด้วยไหมหรือร้านไหนพาหมาเข้าไปด้วยได้บ้างในช่วงวาเลนไทน์เราจะได้วางแผนในการที่จะไปวันนั้น
The plan was to go out on Valentine's Day, February 9th. I texted her again to ask if she had decided where she wanted to go or what she wanted to eat. But since that day, she hasn't read my line messages, and she never called back.
แต่ฝ้ายไม่เข้าใจอะว่าตั้งแต่วันนั้นนะคะวันที่9 กุมภาฝ้ายมีการทักถามไปอีกว่าคิดได้หรือยังว่าอยากไปที่ไหนอยากกินอะไรตั้งแต่วันนั้นนะคะจนถึงวันเนี้ยน้องไม่มีการอ่านไลน์ฝ้ายอีกเลยน้องยังไม่ได้อ่านไลน์ฝ้ายเลยไม่เคยเท็กซ์กลับมาไม่เคยโทรกลับมา
I honestly don't know what happened. Before that, we always updated each other about our daily lives, what we were doing, where we were. She'd be practicing dance, and I'd say I was eating something. We talked all the time. Until that day. That's when I realized something had changed, right before Valentine's Day.
ซึ่งฝ้ายก็ยังไม่เข้าใจว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นเพราะว่าก่อนหน้านี้เรายังมีการอัปเดตชีวิตประจำวันให้กันดูอยู่เลยอะว่าแบบทำอะไรอยู่ไหนน้องไปซ้อมเต้นไปกินข้าวหรืออะไรเงี้ยก็มีการพูดคุยกันอยู่ตลอดจนวันนั้นล่ะค่ะที่ทำให้ฝ้ายรู้สึกว่าก่อนวาเลนไทน์มันเกิดอะไรขึ้นเพราะฝ้ายไม่รู้จริงๆพูดด้วยความสัตย์จริงว่าไม่รู้จริงๆว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้น
In fact, the first half of February 2025 marked the peak of the rumors surrounding the 4E project. On January 27th, 2025, Faye and Yoko had just returned to Bangkok after their sweet fan meeting in Taipei. On February 1st, the two appeared together in a live stream promoting the Thai Xiao Xiang brand. During the session, Faye proudly shared a private photo with Yoko taken during Christmas 2024, proving that their relationship was still perfectly fine at the time. Between February 2nd and 14, social media began buzzing with speculation that Faye Yoko would join the 4E project, fueled by hints such as sunflower and bubble emojis. On February 4th, Yoko attended the Yoko Reverse With Me event alone, while Faye stayed home and posted pictures playing with Sunny. Then, on February 5th, the 4E production team suddenly announced that one couple had withdrawn from the project. By February 7th, Nine Star released a formal apology to fans over CEO Nanny's controversial remarks, and around the same time, Mr. Nawat confirmed that Faye had been removed from the project. On February 9th at exactly 1 p.m., Faye's close friend Kanthea posted on X, clarifying that Faye and Yoko have no problems. They're still looking for a restaurant for their Valentine's date. This aligns perfectly with what Faye shared during today's press conference, that the last message she sent to Yoko on February 9th was simply about their dinner plans, and everything started to change afterward. By 9 p.m. that evening, Yoko stopped reading or replying to any of Faye's messages. February 9th, a sunny day before the storm. From that moment, everything began to fall apart.